Hello everybody, this is Blightwind bringing you another part of the international qualifiers. This is actually the East Qualifier, the West Qualifier. All the replays are not working anymore, but some of the East ones still are. Here we have Aeon versus WE. This is, I believe, the semi-finals. And we're just getting into the bans here. I won't lie, I'm not 100% familiar with the southeastern, like the Asian scene for Dota. I know a little bit. I know that they favor some kind of off-the-wall and little stranger picks and bans, like Clanks. Brewmaster's huge for them. They do pick Bane every so often. So it should make for some interesting decisions. We got a Darkseer and an Enchantress ban. Darkseer, very powerful team fight. Vacuum, Wall of Illusion. It's something that you could basically click on any cast ever and they will talk. They should at least touch a little bit on Darkseer, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on him. Enchantress, good jungler. She's got great push. She has great early game ability. Very early game, she can get a large stock, like get up to the 3 creeps very quickly. And this allows her to just gank a lane really quick. Even if she doesn't get a kill, she's able to turn around and push the tower like no tomorrow, especially if she gets stuff like Dark Troll Warlords that can summon even more creeps and allow you to push even harder. So we're still waiting for the second ban out of Aeon here, and it's an Invoker. Invoker, not surprising at all, he's an incredibly powerful solo. He has some very good utility with the various blendings of spells he can do. You've got stuff like EMP Tornado, Cold Snap, you got Sunstrike, you got Forge Spirits to push. Then we're seeing a Nature's Prophet ban. Furion, very powerful jungler, great ganker, very good pusher, and can easily transition into like kind of a late game carry role if you get like a Desolator or an MKB on him, so it's not surprising to see at all. So far, the bans are pretty standard just for the scene of Dota. These are all very powerful heroes that allow, that aren't surprising to see banned. I imagine we will have at least 1 or 2 bans that will be able to see the Brewmaster ban here. Brewmaster is picked up in the Western scene, but he's not an auto ban. Like, in the Asian scene, Brewmaster is one of the go-to heroes. And then we see a Lycan ban. He is a very good jungler. He's an incredibly good pusher, great ganker, able to solo Roshan, which, I mean, you don't see often happen in professional games because of proper warding and stuff like that, but it's something that he's capable of doing. So waiting for the first pick out of Aeon here. We'll have to see. It is a Queen of Pain, very fast. Queen of Pain, very good ganker, very powerful one-on-one. Then we see a Windrunner Chen picked up very quickly. WE knows exactly what they wanted to go for. Windrunner picked her banned pretty much everywhere, and she's very rarely banned, so she's in pretty much every single game ever. Shackle Shot, one of the best spells in the game at all, ever. Power Shot is great for clearing creep waves, great for a little bit of harass. Windrun is a great escape. Chen, very powerful pusher, very powerful ganker. He's a very good jungler. He does, and I mean later on in team fights, he does have the ability to send people home. He's got Hand of God to heal them up. So it is some very useful abilities that he brings to the table, and there is a reason why he is also picked and banned in pretty much every single game. We'll have to see what 2 picks Aeon brings to try and stabilize this. They may go for a fast carry or something like that, or they might respond with some counter push. Seeing the Chen pickup, also, like, they must have had that pre-planned, which is why they also banned the Enchantress. Enchantress is very good against Chen. Her enchant cooldown is lower than Holy Persuasion, so she's able to steal the creeps before Chen can get his army built back up. And they're going to pick an Earthshaker. Earthshaker is a support I'm personally a huge fan of. A great Earthshaker is an incredible benefit to your team. They're going to also go with the Sand King, so they're going with a pair of stuns. A pair of supports you don't see a whole lot in Western. There are some Western teams that will pick up these two. but they've got some great team fight. I mean, Fisher, fantastic stun. It's a long stun. It creates terrain. It can stun multiple people. Echo Slam, you get a blink echo in the middle of some people. Huge damage with full aftershocks. It's going to do a little mini stun. Then Sand King, same thing. Burrow Strike, not as long as Fisher, but it is a little shorter. It's a shorter cooldown, and it's a little more utilitarian, because you can also use it to escape. And it allows for some good setup with stuff like Fisher's. And then Epicenter is just... If you get Epicenter in the middle of a group of people, especially on top of an Echo Slam, that is, like, that'll kill entire teams almost. So I am not surprised to see that. Then we see a Morphling being picked up. Morphling has been an incredibly popular carry lately, and it's because of some very minor buffs that IceFrog has been giving him for the last little while. And then all of a sudden the professional scene realized that Morphling was incredibly good. If Morphling can take off early on and get like a fast ethereal blade, he will start absolutely destroying your squishier supports. Even some of the strength-based ones, like this Earthshaker and Sand King, he'll just be able to walk up to them and like two-shot them. It'll be ethereal blade, waveform, adaptive strike, gone. And then later on, you pick up stuff like Eye of Scotty on him. He's able to morph. If an item has both strength and agility, he's able to turn that entirely into agility. Or entirely into strength if he's getting focused. He can just morph up to strength. But they're going to ban out a Vengeful Spirit, another very good support. The swap is incredibly good. Magic Missile, Howl of Terror, very powerful abilities. Then a Death Prophet, very powerful pusher. She's been seeing some love in the professional scene lately. Mostly because we've been in a fairly push-oriented mindset lately. So that, and I mean, you build her very tanky, and that ult can just do tons and tons of damage. It creates essentially a zone where you have to think twice about team fighting. And if she's tanky enough, if she gets like a Vanguard, gets a like a Hood of Defiance, and then gets a Pipe or a Heart, it's very difficult to actually tear her down once she has that ult going. Then a Shadow Shaman gonna be picked up, probably looking to just limit the push ability that WE can actually pick up. The ward's incredibly powerful for pushing, and a counter pushing, you know, you can do defensive wards. And then a Pudge is going to be banned out. That's really surprising, and that's kind of what I was saying. Like, we'll see some bans that are really surprising. The Asian scene also is, well, I should say the Southeastern Asian scene, like Malaysia, the Philippines, Thailand, stuff like that, are very gank-oriented, and Pudge is an incredibly powerful ganker. You get level 6, like a fast level 6 on him, and then hooks into a channeled ult with a Rot on it. That'll be very, very deadly. Then they're going to pick up a Clinks on Aeon here. Clinks is a carry, like he's classified as a carry. He can do carry very well. The big thing with him is you have to have some very good early ganking. If you got some great early kills, because his gank ability is incredibly powerful with Searing Arrows and Strafe, it'll allow for a big gold disparity, and then he can just start running around, causing havoc all over. Then WE is going to respond by picking up a Slardar. Slardar, very good team fight. Slytherin Crush is great. Bashes are great. And then also the Amplified Damage will actually reveal Clinks while he's stealthed. Now, Clinks isn't as countered by this as, say, a Ricky, but it does counter it, or let's say the Sand King. The Sand King won't be able to Sandstorm, but the Clinks, when he skeleton walks, it actually gives him move speed as well. So even if you reveal him, if he can react fast enough, he'll actually get out of range of all your stuns and everything. And then Aeon's going to pick up a Bane. Bane is also another very good ganking hero. His early damage is just ridiculous with Brain Sap. Fiend's Grip is a very powerful ability. You drain mana, you do damage, and it can really, it shuts someone down, and unless they've got a stun or something to get you out of that, like to stop the channel on it, it's another one of those abilities that'll end up being a kill. And looking at the Dire team here. They've got Shackle Shot, which, even if it doesn't latch, has a mini stun, so it will cancel it. Then they also have Slithering Crush and Bashes, and that's about it so far. So we'll have to see what their last pick is. They might go for something with more stuns just to try and keep this Bane a little locked down. And also to, you know, take care of the Clanks and hopefully try and break the chain of initiation against this Earthshaker and stuff like that. Have myself some pop because it is a little late and I have been awake since 4 in the morning. They're going to go with Crystal Maiden. A very good support. I do believe Frostbite will cancel channels because I think it technically is a stun and then it's immobilized right afterwards. Don't quote me on that though. I don't really play Crystal Maiden. If I play supports, I usually go for Sand King or Earthshaker. So I'm not 100% sure. But she brings some great early magic damage with the Crystal Nova and the Frostbite. And then she's just, you know, 2 good, powerful CCs. She's got that slow, and then the Frostbite Immobilize. Again, some very good ganking. And I imagine we are going to see some ridiculous, like a ridiculous amount of kills. So I will go ahead and apologize now if I miss any. Because I'm going to. Because this is just, it's probably going to be ridiculous. Just a regular courier. I like to check for this now. Both using just regular couriers. This game may have been played before a lot of the teams really picked up. But I always like to give my support to whichever team. If one of them's using one of the custom couriers and one's not, I like to show some love towards that customized team a little. And do we have... Yeah, we've got some observer wards on Bane. So they may be looking to ward the pull spot. Do we have sentries? We got sentries on Crystal Maiden. So we may see a little bit of an engagement up here. Let's go over who's playing what. I'm going to go ahead and apologize about names now. I'm going to screw them up, so I'm sorry. Suma Waman on the Sand King. Nuts on Bane. King is on Queen of Pain. Mr. Kyo is on Earthshaker. Ken is on Clinks. Luo is on Chen. Icy is on Crystal Maiden. Fanti is on Morphling. Jeje is on Windrunner. And Chan is on the Slardar. And they actually do get the ward off. It'll block this camp here. I don't think it'll block this camp here. I think you have to put it about here to block that camp. But it will at least block this camp here. And it provides, a good amount of vision up in this area. So it will allow you to keep an eye on any ganks or anything like that that are coming. Bane's going to grab an illusion rune. He's just going to send those out. Do a little bit of scouting. We've got Clinks up against a solo Morphling. Clink's getting some early Searing Arrows harassing. Searing Arrows is a very powerful harass ability. And then we've actually got a tri-lane out here. We've got a Sand King, Bane, Earthshaker tri-lane, it looks like. So unless this is going to be a roaming Earthshaker. And I think they're going to farm this Sand King. Try and get an early blink on him. And then, so we're seeing Queen of Pain up against the Windrunner. And Crystal Maiden's just kind of walking around, doing a little bit of pulling, a little bit of stacking. Chen, he's going to come down here. They actually, ooh, I really like what they did. They also blocked this camp here with this illusion. So that severely limits Chen's options. Because he's going to come up here. He's going to have some mobs here, I think. Or did it actually block? Yeah, it looks like it actually blocked. And instead it didn't block this camp. Strange. Because they actually, they've been using this to pull for the tri-lane. Clinks has been taking a little bit of harass. And then just some more back and forth down here. I'm mostly going to be keeping an eye on this tri-lane. Because this tri-lane can be incredibly devastating. Fisher with Burrow Strike on top of the fairly high nuke. Even though he went Nightmare first. Mostly a defensive choice. In case someone jumps on them. And, of course, I missed the first blood. Up against the Windrunner. So 2 points in Shadow Poison, 1 point in Blink, and one that hasn't been decided yet. Earthshaker's going to pick up a Haste. This will also be very dangerous for this Slardar. Looks like Slardar is getting the farm. Crystal Bane's doing quite a bit of pulling. Oh, he's actually going to find this little bit of a pull here, but he knows that it's dangerous. He knows just how much CC this Radiant tri-lane has. And I will be spending, like, I'll keep my eye on the minimap, and I'll jump around a little bit, but I'm going to be keeping my eye really on this tri-lane. And it so far seems to be doing a fairly good job. They've shut down the Chen decently well. And the Crystal Maiden, not, you know, she's not doing too bad, but she's definitely not in an ideal position. And so we've got 1 Scream so far, but then 2 Shadow Strike, 2 of the poison. And that, I think, is mostly to chip away at this Windrunner. You know, slowly whittle her down to the point where you can then just turn around and jump, like, blink in, scream. Someone disconnects, but it's just a broadcaster. So we got 8 and 7 on the Sand King. He actually has gone already a point in Caustic Finale. Just hit level 3, so we'll have to see if he goes to Sandstorm. And then 15 and 5 on this Queen of Pain up against the 12 and 2 Windrunner, so doing decently well there. And then 13 and 5 on the Clinks, and 11 and 6 on the Morphling. Slardar is going to take a Burrow Strike. Level 2 Burrow Strike picked up. Ooh, Clinks. Living life on the edge. It went Soul Ring. This is so that he can, if he has to, can do a quick Skeleton Walk. Soul Ring Skeleton Walk. Earthshaker with a bottle. That is also not something you see every day. He's going to pop that Invis, and Windrunner's going to be in some trouble. And I'm going to keep an eye on here. Looks like he's doing a bit of roaming. And they're going to wait for the Windrunner to commit. Or no, they're just going to go, oh, Fisher block. But that was a, oh, and Queen of Pain gets shackled. Crystal Maiden actually gets a kill on Bane along with the Chen. And this Sand King's just going to have to back up. Probably going to, yeah, pops his salve. So I am zip for 2 kills so far. Keeping the streak alive. And we've got a sentry dropped already. Apparently the names are still messed up because sentry wards are Necronomicon archers. And Chen actually sends a creep back? Is that what he did? Or did he just nuke something? No, he converted this Satyr. That's what that noise was.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And Slardar is just kind of hanging out. Got level 2, well, no, he's probably going to have level 3 Slithering Crush. Misses the Crush, just gets 1 creep. Are they going to go get for a gank on this Clinks? Another thing about Clinks is his ult Death Pack kills neutral creeps. So he can use it to kill the Chen creeps. Which is very nice. He's going to pick up a DD. And that's going to be some good times. In the very least, it'll allow him to last hit decently well. And it might even score him a kill if Morphling was a little too reckless. Wraithband boots so far on the Morphling. And I don't know, really, like, I understand that you want to try and get farm, but that was a little silly.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Sand King still poking away. And this Crystal Maiden seems like she wants to dive in on the Clinks. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here. Are they going to go around? No, because there is wards. So he knows that they're there. I don't think this ward can see up the ramp. No, it looks like it cuts off right about there. But it allowed him to see them coming down the ramp. He was able to back up quickly. Earthshaker's still doing some roaming. Doing a bit of pulling. He's level 3. He's kind of going along with his monkey arms. Big old gorilla man. And Crystal Maiden jungling with the Chen a little bit. Just so that she can get a little bit of experience. Clinks is going after this Morphling. He's going to bottle up. One more burning arrow. Searing arrow. We actually see no points in strafe yet. And I'm a little surprised about that, I won't lie. Normally you want to see at least one. Just so that in case there's an engagement, you can pop strafe really quick and just machine gun those down. Bane's got amplified damage on him. It's about to drop off. Amplified damage, -8 armor, level 1. That's just insane. And it's only 25 mana.
Regeneration.
Earthshaker finds a regen, gets a little bit out of it, but mostly keeps it out of the Morphling's hands, which is the big thing. So instead, he's gonna Bottle Crow. Gonna send that back.
You didn't need that.
And now we've got a kind of quasi tri-lane up top here. It's like a quasi solo Slardar / tri-lane Slardar, because the Chen and Crystal Maiden are constantly hanging around, but they are doing a little bit of roam and a little bit of pulling. Hand of God is now available on Chen, so that'll be a good if someone does get jumped. It could be something that saves them. And this Windrunner is just going to TP home. She looks like she was taking a decent amount of harass. And how is the farm looking now? We've got 25 and 11 on the Sand King up against the Slaughter, who's 16 and 5. Not too surprising considering how much she's being pushed back. 45 and 16 on the Queen of Pain versus the 25 and 3 Windrunner. Windrunner's not having a fun time down here. Then 48-14 up against a 33 and 12 Morphling. So it's looking like an early farm lead for Aeon. That is the wrong button. And yeah, it's looking a little bit of a gold advantage. We are going to see them roam up here. Are they going to go on this Sand King? Oh, Sand King. Poor Sand King. Oh, Earthshaker pauses. And then experience is just ever so slightly in the Radiant's favor. Looks like he's lagging a little bit. So I can understand. I mean, I suppose he could try and do a last-minute Burrow Strike, but it looks like Crystal Maiden's already starting the Frostbite animation. And while you can technically cast spells while immobilized by Frostbite, you can't cast any movement-oriented ones. Waveform, Burrow Strike, stuff like that. So he won't be able to Burrow Strike, and he's got amplified damage, so if he Sandstorms, they'll still be able to see him. Oh, no, he still gets it off, and they're actually going to turn it around on the Windrunner. Chen's going to pop Hand of God. Nightmare's going to go onto the Sand King. They're going to get that. And then Chen. Bane actually gets netted. Slithering Crush. Misses. And they're just going to back off. 1-for-1 exchange. I don't know. I guess that was technically in the advantage of the Radiant. That's what they're called. Because everyone was up for the Crystal Maiden kill. So everyone got a little bit of gold. The Sand King obviously lost a little bit of it when he died. But Crystal Maiden didn't get anything. She lost gold and that was about it. Although I think she had pretty much nothing but reliable gold anyways. Because she hasn't really earned anything. How are items looking? Clinks has his Soul Ring. He's got his Power Treads. He's going level 3 Skeleton Walk. Morphling gets a Haste Rune and actually activates that. And Slardar. Oh, Slardar. Oh! Morphling's going to come in to clean up the Bane, though. They're going to slow this Earthshaker, and he's going to be in some trouble. Try and TP. Try and TP. Ah, he knows he's dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Condemned to death.
Burrow Strike's going to go through on the Chen. Chen's going to go down to a Scream of Pain. Crystal Maiden's going to go down to Queen of Pain ulti. Morphling's going to get a kill on the Sand King. And then is he going to chase after this Queen of Pain? She has no mana. She has no mana for Scream, and her ult's down. She's going to get netted by the Dark Troll Warlord. But it looks like Morphling's just going to kind of let that one go. As far as item pickups, Sand King has his Arcane Boots. Bane's got level 1 boots, which is good. Windrunner's going to do a little bit of pushing here. Queen of Pain is sitting on a Perseverance. That's probably going to be for a Lincoln Sphere, which I'm fine with. It's going to block Frostbite. It's going to block Amplify damage. It'll block a lot of what Chen does, Shackle Shot. So it'll block a decent amount of stuff. Earthshaker's got level 1 boots, and that's about it. And Clink's Sand King going to go on this Windrunner. Good layering of the stuns. Shackle Shot doesn't actually latch. Are they going to keep going for this? No, she's out. Burrow Strike barely misses. Just a little short. Queen of Pain actually gets a kill on Chan on the Slardar. And the Hand of God is actually used a little late. Chen already has a mech. And we got basic boots and a couple Ironwood branches on the Crystal Maiden. And an Aquila on the Morphling. And then Power Treads. So we'll probably look for him to farm up a big ticket item now. Windrunner's got her phase boots. She is doing alright. Crystal Maiden's going to go down to the Queen of Pain, who is roaming like crazy. They're going to put a ward down here, so they can see some vision, help improve this roam-oriented lineup that they have. Power Shot's going to go through, do a bunch of damage to the creep wave. Waveform's going to come through, do a good deal more.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Slardar has got a bracer, he's got a stout shield, and he's got a level 1 boots. And I think I just hit my mic, so I apologize if there's a little bit of a biff. That was me going to scratch my neck and screwing up. Queen of Pain's gonna teleport out. And Bane is in a little bit of trouble, actually. Teleport's gonna come through. Frostbite's gonna come. Slithering Crush now, though. And then Morphling's going to get that kill. That was a good Nightmare. Didn't last long enough, though. And he tried to TP out thinking that he had actually stopped a Slithering Crush. But it was still off cooldown. We're going to see this tower go down for sure. We are seeing a Earthshaker TP and a Sand King TP. Power Shot's going to go through to do a bunch of damage to this creep wave. We'll see a waveform come through also. Sand King, you are in some trouble. Yeah, that was a little silly. He wanted to try and get the epicenter off. Clinks is going to come through. He's going to get amplified damage. He's going to get netted. He is in a lot of trouble. Windrunner Power Shot's going to go through there. Morphling's going to get the last hit on that. This is 1-by-1 syndrome on Hand of God. Bane's going to use Fiend Grip, but they're going to interrupt that and Hand of God, so Slaughter survives fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now, are they going to take this tier 2? Definitely looks like they're looking to do it. Clinks is down for another 12 seconds. Replicant is going to come out. Queen of Pain actually waiting here. She exposes herself a little bit. Nightmare's going to go through on... Did they Nightmare the Illusion? If so, that's unfortunate. This tier 2 is going to go down. Crystal Maiden gets the last hit on that. Does not get denied. But we may see... We're going to see a Shadow Poison come through. Sand King's going to go down. Slaughter's going to go down to the Queen of Pain. Windrunner gets the kill on the Sand King. Queen of Pain almost gets the Courier. Now she's in some trouble. They're going to fan out. See if they can catch her out, but she's going to kind of juke them around. I guess they're just going to look to go mid. Never mind everything I just said. We are actually going to see an Ogre Club on the Morphling. That'll probably be for a fast BKB because of how many stuns are on this Radiant team. The Fiend's Grip, the Nightmare, the Burrow Strike, everything that Earthshaker basically does. Get some more caffeine in my system. And any other big pickups? Chen's gonna get boots. And he's got Dust of Appearance. And that's the same. He's got a regen rune bottled up, which is nice. Looks like the beginnings of a Force Staff. Very good item. I honestly think that every game, at least someone on your team, should have a Force Staff, if not multiple Force Staffs, because it is such a good item. Power Tread's finished on the Slardar. Sand King has an Urn and Arcane Boots. I'm liking this. Probably going to see him go for a Blink next. They're going to look to do a Roshan. They're going to use the Shadow Poison to break off his magic immunity. They're going to lose a top tower, but I think a top tower in exchange for a very fast and easy Roshan, uncontested, going to be well worth it. Slardar's going to pick that up. We're going to see some magic red X's out of Morphling. I don't know what's been causing that lately. I remember the day of Red X Pain, when everything was red X's. And we are going to see Crystal Maiden come up here a little bit, but she doesn't want to just rush in. She's actually going for a lot of levels in the Arcane Aura, which is a little surprising. You don't normally see that. You normally see them go Max Nova, Max Bite. This Earthshaker's going to go down. Slardar does get Nightmared, but he had gotten the Slithering Crush to stop the TP from Earthshaker, and that was about all he needed to do. A couple of nukes out of the Crystal Maiden, and then a Windrunner power shot, or I think it was just an auto attack, and that was all she wrote. Then they're going to defend a push bottom here. Klings can destroy towers very well. Searing Arrows does work on towers. A Replicant's going to come through from Klinks. Going to have his attack damage, which is sitting fairly respectable. The first Oblivion Staff is coming out. Probably going to be an Orchid Malevolence. Very good item on Klinks because of his ganky, bursty nature. And we are seeing a level 2 strafe out of him now. That gives him some good attack speed. So we will have to see if once he gets that Orchid, he starts roaming around and just destroying some people. Which is another good reason for getting this BKB, because if Morphling can't cast, he can get caught out very rough, in some very rough positions, because he really relies on waveform to get away. Klinks gets a kill on the Chen. Looks like it was a 4-man roam into the Hellborn, or wow, Hellborn, Dire jungle. Sand King is gonna get his blink now, and that'll set up for some very sexy blink eppies. Gonna see some sentries coming down. Windrunner's just gonna scout out with Power Shot, see if she can spot any of them roaming around in the jungle. But unfortunately, it does not look like that's the case. Hand of God's gonna come out, keep this Slardar alive. They don't really want to throw away the Aegis on a random gank, so I don't really blame them. Especially since Hand of God is a relatively short cooldown. I think it is 2 minutes. Exactly 2 minutes. Getting a Scepter on him brings it down to a whole 30 seconds, which is incredible. We're seeing, like I predicted, quite a few kills, lots of pushing. I believe we are looking to be in store for a relatively fast game. Orchid is finished on Klinks. We're going to see Queen of Pain ulti on a Fissure come through. Klinks is just going to start slamming right clicks in. Echo Slam is going to be used. They burn the Aegis, they get a kill, they lose Earthshaker. That's about it. He had managed to Fissure, he got Echo Slam off. No big deal. Radiant definitely coming out on top of that. They got a kill on the Morphling, no less. And then they burned Aegis on the Slardar. Basically for free. Because I'm sorry, Earthshaker, I love your monkey arms. But once you get one Fissure off and an Echo, you are basically done. You have fulfilled your purpose. I still want to see someone do Carry Shaker. I want to see like Daedalus and then a bunch of damage like a Sange on an Earthshaker, and I just want to watch him destroy someone with Enchant Totem. Like a 1200 damage crit, just wham. So we got both teams kind of condensing down here. We got 3 people from each. Looking to hang out here. We're going to see Earthshaker TP down here as well. And we may be looking to see a little bit of a dive here. Bane's going to spot out these people up here. Slardar... Oh, Glyph's going to be used. But Slardar still gets it anyways. They couldn't really jump in to try and defend that. So what is the tower situation looking like? Slardar has his blink now, so that'll allow him to do some blink crushes. Really overcome the need to use sprint to get in, which you don't want to do because it causes you to take some bonus damage. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2. So only half the towers. How's the gold looking? It's in the Radiant's favor, 1,500 gold, just under. Its speed is about 3,000 in the Radiant's favor. We actually see Fiend's Grip being used on the Slardar. Hand of God's going to be used to try and keep him alive. Epicenter is going to come through. Queen of Pain ult was used on that. A Fisher was also used. Sand King's going to go down. Earthshaker's going to go down. Slardar's dead. Bane's going to go down to an adaptive strike. Clank's going to die. That's a triple kill for the Morphling. And why is Queen of Pain here? Like, I understand that you've got Blink, but that was silly. If she had gotten shackled or something there, would have been bad news. So, we're going to see this tier 2 also go down. And the whole power shot wave form, easily going to clear up that creep wave, allow them to easily take this down. Windrunner's going to get the last hit on that. Windrunner's going to get sent home by Chen. And we are going to see this tier 2 being the only one remaining. Now, they have some fairly good anti-push on this Radiant team. Fisher is very good for it, along with Corrosive Finale. Or Caustic Finale, sorry, that's the name. And then Queen of Pain Screen. She does have a Sheep Stick now. And Clinks is sitting on an Orchid and part of a BKB. And then Bane's got his Phase Boots. And poor Shaker's got Arcane Boots, and that's about it. Big yawn. Pulled headset away. Chen's got a Vladimir. Vladora. Bane is going to get Slardar caught out here. And that's going to be Slardar's death. That was a little silly on his part. But I imagine that this will be used most likely for an Aghanim Scepter. Give them a lot of Hand of God. BKB is finished on the Morphling. Then he's got a Blade of Alacrity. Probably going to be for a Yasha. And I'll go into a Manta style. Crystal Maiden sitting on Urn. Basic boots. Windrunner has Drums, Force Staff, Phase Boots. They're going to go mid, defend this. And Morphling's just going to keep on farming away. 1,200 gold saved up. He could get his Yasha. Almost. Crystal Maiden's going to get caught out. Goes down to Bane. Hand of God's going to be used. Chen's going to be try and stay alive. They're going to get a kill on the Clinks here. This is a bit of a split up fight. Windrunner's going to go down. Morphling gets caught out a little bit. Gets enfeebled. So his attack is going to go down a little bit. Whew. Sorry about that. Morphling TPs, but then decides, you know what, I'm actually okay. And just, I mean, he stays in the lane, but he's just going to be farming. But she's actually going to get sheeped, Scream of Pain, fissured, and poisoned. And just going to go right back to right-clicking away on that farm. Queen of Pain gets an illusion ring. And God, with some other AoEs, Morphling can just flash farm like no tomorrow.
Thanks.
He's gonna get earned, heal him up. And we are actually seeing things quiet down a little bit. So the gold's now in the Radiant's favor. Went back up. It's been going all over the place though. And experience is climbing in the Radiant's favor again. Now, I think that's mostly due to that even though the Dire has more kills, for those kills they've been relatively close together. Smoke gank gonna be attempted here in the Radiant jungle. Are they gonna be able to catch somebody out? Wards are gonna go down. They're actually gonna find the Clinks. He's gonna get just absolutely destroyed. Gonna go down to a Morphling. Hand of God's gonna come out before anyone really gets taken down. Slaughter's gonna pop Sprint. He's gonna have his Blink up now. But he's taken the poison damage, so he couldn't blink. That's unfortunate. He did get 4-staffed, but it just wasn't enough. But to be able to transition into a push here. Clinks does not have gold. He cannot buy back. Roshan is up, so they may just turn this into a Roshan, and that looks like what it's going to be. They will use this because they've got momentum going now. I don't know if the Radiant really wants to, but they are going to Echo Slam, and never mind what I said. That was a great, well done. They get the Chen, they get the Slardar, they do tons of damage to like they do a good amount of Windrunner, and they push the Dire team out away from Roshan. Now they do have to be a little careful about what fights they actually like. They need to get picks like that and then just back away. If they stick around, they'll probably end up getting picked off ever so slowly, and they are, you know, they should be looking to scrape together what advantage they can. And this tier 2 is going to go down. Clinks is going to get that, and the Glyph is used too late. That's unfortunate. Glyph was popped pretty much as soon as the tower actually went down, so it actually didn't protect it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Another smoke being purchased on the Earthshaker. And this Clink's just going at it. He's about 300 gold off that BKB.
Dire's top tower
He can, now he's like 30 gold off it. Queen Pain actually gets a tower kill. She's going to be building a BKB of her own. And the Yasha is finished on Morphling. He's got an 1800 gold. Roshan is going to go down, and Slardar does get the Aegis. Now, are they going to look to pick off this Quap? Are they going to look to just do a mid push? Morphling bottles up in a DD, and Queen of Pain uses her Invis, and she's just going to be able to walk out. And I apologize if I'm not super talkative. I am feeling a little bit on the tired side. Is she going to go on this Chen? No, I think she's just scouting them out. As much as I'd love to see it. That's what, 600. It's about 900 damage. It wouldn't be quite enough to instantly kill the Chen, but it would definitely freak him out. She could probably kill the Crystal Maiden with the combo. The Invis actually wears off, and she just walks in. I think she thought she was still Invis. Earthshaker does get an Echo Slam off. Then an Epicenter is going to come through. BKB is popped on Morphling. The Aegis goes down on Slardar. But the Bane ulti goes through. Does go through magic immunity. Chen gets a kill on the Sand King, they're gonna get a kill on the Bane in return, or on the Slardar in return. And this Earthshaker is just lasting ridiculously well. Morphling's actually gonna chase after the Bane and end up getting turned on by the Chen. Or Clinks. It helps when you cast and can actually remember who's on what team. Windrunner's gonna force staff herself. A nice Hand of God coming through. This Clinks just hits so hard.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And his mana regen's so high, you can basically just keep searing arrows on it all the times. Morphling has his Manta, which is good. Are we gonna see him just go do some Ancients? No, he's gonna go push the tower, actually. No, walk up to it, attack it once. It has 4 health. Why has that not been denied? Keep an eye on your towers. How is this looking? 5,000 gold advantage for the Radiant. And about the same in experience. And that goes down to a single melee creep. Queen of Pain is going to get a BKB. Clinks has his BKB. Earthshaker's got his Blink. And Bane's got a Force Staff. And they're going to smoke up. There was no wards to be able to see them. But I have a feeling that the Radiant team knows that a smoke gank's probably what they're looking to do anyways. So they're going to back up. Or maybe they saw them up in this area and then just kind of figured that they're coming to push mid. Smoke's going to wear off, though. The Sand King rushes a BKB, actually. Makes sense. That way, if he gets discovered while he's channeling his epicenter, they won't be able to really stop him. Plus, they won't be able to stun him while he's actually pulsing for epicenter. So he can freely chase people down. So, suddenly tower advantage swung into the Radiant's favor. And we will see. It looks like another team fight brewing. Or just a push top. Demon Edge picked up on Clinks, probably going to be for an MKB. I know Demon Edge is used in a couple things, but MKB is what jumps to mind for me. And that flash farm ability. And they're just going to keep on pressuring this tier 3. But Power Shot's going to come through, clean up most of that creep wave. So instead, they're going to go clear out some of the other lanes, allow it to push forward, so that they have to either take a good chunk of damage on their tier 3s, or from creeps, or use everyone to defend. They have to decide which they value more. And everyone's just kind of clustering up. They actually... Queen of Pain catches out this Chen, but then she turns around and gets caught. Fisher's going to come down. She's going to be fine. Hand of God's going to come out, heal everyone up. Slithering Crush is going to miss. He's been a little sloppy on those. I don't know if he's having some leg problems or what. But that was a lot of stuff used for absolutely no kills.
am ever so grateful.
Queen of Pain finds a regen rune. Bottle that one up. Now, the real question is she going to go for Aghanims or is she going to go for something else? What happened to that Perseverance she had? Did she just, like, sell the Ring of Health from it? And use the Void Stone for her Sheep Stick? Roshan's not quite up. It's only about 3/4 of the way. Smoked Slaughter gonna blink in onto the Sand King. Gonna get him. Morphling gets that kill. Windrunner is nightmared. And level 4 Nightmare lasts forever. Farm in the jungle a little bit. Any big item changes? Sand King with his BKB. Nothing new on Bane. Nothing new on Queen of Pain, aside from the fact that she has 3k gold. Looks like their Earthshaker's also looking to pick up a BK, or no, it might be an Aghanims. Allow him to do double echoes. And by that I mean each enemy hero will do a twice the echo damage, which can add up very quickly. And then Clinks, yeah, picking up the pieces for that MKB. Chin sitting on absolutely nothing new. And another Ultimate Orb picked up on the Morphling. If I were to guess, I'd say it would be for an Eye of Scotty. Just because that's one of the few heroes, like Morphling is one of the few heroes that Eye of Scotty is actually very useful on. And it's actually one of the go-to late game items for him. Windrunner has her hood. She's got a gem, drums. Gonna probably be looking to finish off a pipe. And then Slardar is working on a BKB. Oh, and poor Clinks. But meanwhile, Clink's acting as a little bit of a distraction. And who here has TP scrolls? There are TPs on Chen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So yeah, now we're going to see Morphling TP. But then everyone else is just going to kind of walk.
Invisibility.
Queen of Pain's going to be using her invisibility. I think that was just in her bottle, and the time limit was reached. Which is unfortunate, because now she's going to go roaming, hopefully find somebody. Gonna get an illusion rune. Oh, Sand King actually going to get shackled and then waveformed, jumped on top of. Is that an Ethereal Blade I spotted? Nope. Second Ultimate Orb. So that'll definitely be for an Eye of Scotty. People dropping BKBs, try and do a fast Roshan. But unfortunately, they really just softened it up. Slardar is going to get the Aegis, and then who's going to get Cheese? Crystal Maiden's going to pick up Cheese. Oh, Queen of Pain actually gets Stunned by the Slithering Crush. She's gonna blink away. They can see her though because of amplified damage.
Dire's
And
structures are
she's in some
fortified.
trouble. Fisher's gonna come through.
Leave this world
Oh,
of
just
hurt.
didn't actually animate for this little section here. But she goes down either way. Chen, I do believe, got that line. Yep. And this may just be the little bit of an advantage that they need. Slaughter is gonna push the wave up a little bit. And he has actually got something on the courier. Oh, just... Morphling finishes his Eye of Scotty. So we will have to see what he goes for now. Cheese is actually going to be handed off to him. He's sold his bottle.
Better hang on to my hat.
Clinks gets a haste rune, as if he wasn't fast enough already. MKB is finished on him. He just does so much damage. 340 auto attack damage is just crazy. Like even Morphling's 120 damage off of that. Mind you, Morphling's got another like 500 health. And he could even always shift. He's sitting at pretty much even actually right now. So. Well, I guess not really, but he could definitely shift more strength if he had to. Smoke Gank's actually going to be used here. They're going to jump onto the Windrunner. Hand of God's going to be used. BKBs are going to be popped. Slardar actually also goes down. Aegis is burned on him. Morphling's going to use his Manta, but not going to be able to find anybody. And they're going to have to fall back because they know that if they don't, there's going to be a push coming. Clinks is actually going to come down here, clean this all up. Morphling actually catches out Earthshaker in the jungle here. And they're doing huge roam. Only Windrunner left standing. Gonna see some TPs coming in. Replicant is actually gonna be used on the Slaughter. Manta Style is popped.
Radiant structures are
Glyph's gonna be
fortified.
used nice and early this time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But this is gonna go down.
Radiant's
Now,
bottom tower
are they going to lose the Rex as well? Earthshaker buys back. Echo Slam is actually down. But he can come through, drop some Fissures. And a Crystallis on the Clinks. Going to be working towards a Daedalus. It'll allow him to do some crazy crits on people. Pipe's going to be used. Morphing's going to come through, finish the Rax off.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Queen of Pain's going to get shackled by a creep. This mid tower is going to take some damage. So despite some awkward engagements, WE actually takes the first set of racks. which is definitely good news for them. Roshan about halfway before he comes back. Now, what are we going to see Morphling go for next? Pipe is finished on the Windrunner. And actually, Windrunner's going to get caught out here, but she force staffs out of the Epicenter, and now Epicenter's going to be down for the next team fight, which is really unfortunate. Windrunner's, or Queen of Pain's actually going to get caught out here. She PKBs, but the Nightmare goes down on the Queen of Pain finishes off the Crystal Maiden. Sand King gets a kill on Chen. Queen of Pain actually goes down to Creeps. Slaughter gets earned and featured. And Windrunner, what are you doing, Windrunner? Oh, drawing him in for the Morphling, but Morphling goes down to the Clinks. Morphling instantly buys back. Sand King also buys back. The Enchant Totem misses, the Fissure does not. Fissure goes through. We're going to see a Blink Crush onto the Earthshaker. And will Slaughter make it out? Yes, he... Oh no, Clink's actually got a kill on him. Does Orchid do damage when it fades off? Something happened. Creep shots maybe? I don't know. And they managed to hold off any kind of retaliatory push. And there's actually the ranged barracks still up, but they don't count for much. And everyone just kind of going back to farming right now. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. Queen of Ping's actually going to find an Invis, bottle that up. Maybe pop that pretty soon here. Look to use it for an engagement. Monkey King Bar actually going to be purchased on Queen of Pain. So I thought maybe she was going to go for an Aghanims, but going for more of that right-click side carry rule. Yeah, she's going to pop this. Try and find somebody that might be farming the jungle. And this is a little bit of a dead time, but Ultimate Orb picked up on the Sand King. That'll probably be for a Sheepstick. That'd be my guess. Medallion of Courage is picked up on Bane. This will allow them to nuke the armor of somebody, allow them for fast Roshans. Whoever Clinks is looking to jump on top of will get their armor reduced, and he will just shred into them. 1000 damage crit. Wow. He's got a Daedalus finished, and that would be why. He's normally right-clicking for about 400, a little over 400 before armor and stuff like that. So to give a crit on top of that is just huge. And still just the point booster and Ogre Club on Earthshaker. Slaughter does have a plate mail, probably going to be for an Assault Cuirass. Assault your Cuirass, always good on him. 4 staff finished on the Chen. And then just an Ogre Club. I think he was going for an Aghanims, then decided that the 4 staff to get out of stuff like Epicenter would be really, really useful. Oh, Windrunner. Sitting on nothing new. Queen of Pain actually going to get shackled, but not going to get jumped onto. And Crystal Maiden is maybe working on a Force Staff of her own. And who's this down here? Morphling. Morphling looking to solo Roshan. He's got actually a Helm of the Dominator, which is pretty surprising. Not a usual Morphling item, but I can definitely see the mindset behind it. He's got another 1,600 gold. 1,600. And they're actually going to check Roshan. They see that he's taking a little bit of damage. Blink Crush is actually going to go in on the Bane. He's going to go down to the Morphling, right click.
Don't delude yourself. Illusion.
These illusions are going to quickly get cleaned up. Morphling just right clicking so hard. Queen of Pain is going to go down. BKB does not mean anything. Epicenter is going to go off, hit the Morphling barely. Morphling just going to destroy the Clinks, turn around, destroy the Sand King. And Earthshaker is just going to TP out. That's going to be another Roshan for WE.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
And are we going to see a Satanic on Morphling? Morphling gets the Aegis for almost 4k gold. I would love to see Satanic on Morphling. That attack speed would just be huge. So much lifesteal. So we got Bane, Earthshaker up, and then another 30 seconds before anyone else. This tier 2 is going to go down, and I'm thinking possibly another tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That just gets absolutely decimated.
Has fallen.
And I'm not seeing any buybacks,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
and that's just happening so fast. Glyph is going to be popped,
Are fortified.
but it won't be able to hold this off. Are they going to sweep into the racks? Looks like it.
Middle tower has
Sand King's up. Now Queen of Pain is up.
middle barracks.
They're going to be able to get the melee barracks. Then they should probably just back out. They're going to stick around for the ranged. Now they're going to back out.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
So that is 1.5 barracks for WE, while managing to hold back everything
Radiant's
and
bottom
save all of their
barracks
own.
are under attack.
And these melee creeps might actually do the job for them. No, they're going to get all cleaned up. A whole bunch of gold spam going up there. Racks do slowly regenerate, but we will probably see another big wave like that come through. And they will go down in short order. And here comes the waves crashing themselves together. Morphling's got something coming to him. He's got a Satanic. Yes. That is ridiculous. That'll give him so much attack speed. And like, it's bunch of strength, bunch of lifesteal. It'll allow, he doesn't have a unique attack modifier. And very important thing about Eye of Scotty is if you are ranged, it will stack with lifesteal. That's it. Only lifesteal, which is the big reason he went with the Satanic. A couple Shadow Orbs coming through to clear these out. And when I see the illusions go forward. And even the illusions are doing a good chunk of damage to this tower. And I have a feeling we're going to see these racks go down. I'm having some sound issues and I'm not too sure why. I'm sorry about that. Ah, no, this big wave's gonna get cleared out again. Slaughter has enough for the Hyperstone. But he has cheese, so he probably doesn't want to get rid of that. And they've still got a good amount of waiting for Roshan. Honestly, it's nearing the point where it's just kind of like, well, okay, go on. Like, let's wrap this up. We're nearing an hour-long game here, which, you know, they're fun, but at the same time, just so much farming. Like, what are we looking at for creep score here? 314 on this Morphling, 337 on the Queen of Pain, 375 on Clinks. Speaking of Clinks, what does he have? He's got his MKB finished. He's got his Daedalus. Another 2,300 gold saved up. That'll be for buyback. And then still sitting on an ultimate orb on Sand King. He's got 3,800 gold. Again, he's going to be saving for buyback. Bane will not be able to buy back. I don't think Quap will either. No, she's about 700 gold off. She's got a Yasha. Going to be looking to do a meta. The ranged Rax is going to go down on the bottom lane here, which only leaves either a good team fight, which they get 2 or 3 people, and they will be able to push to win, or they go for these top set of Rax and get mega creeps. And then pretty much the mega creeps will push for them. Once mega creeps come out, it's pretty much impossible to actually stop. I'm sorry for constantly checking the replay, but like I said, I am rather tired, so I'm just checking how long I've got left on this, because I don't want to stop this recording midway through and then try and start it up again later on, but I was not expecting a game an hour long. Quite a few of the qualifier games have been over in 30-45 minutes. That's kind of what I've come to expect, which unfortunately is not always the case. Oh, Morphling's gonna get a DD. Oh, Morphling's gonna hit hard. I have a feeling they're gonna go bottom and just force a team fight. Or Morphling's gonna use the DD an hour into the game to allow himself to jungle a little bit. You know, also a legitimate strategy. But we're going to see a blink onto the Earthshaker. It's going to land. They're going to get a shackle. It's not going to land on anyone. But Morphling is just doing so much damage. Morphling's going to get picked off, but he's got Aegis. And they have blown so much just to try and get him. Shackle Shot actually lands on 2 creeps. And they're just going to sweep top. They know without Earthshaker, that's a huge chunk of the team fight ability out of this Radiant team. Glyph's going to be used.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But not going to be able to really stop this. Morphling does not take very much damage at all. And Clinks is going to get caught out. Hand of God's going to go out. Clinks buys back. Morphling gets a kill on the Bane. Burrow Strike's gonna come through. Clinks is putting in as many right clicks as he can. Shackle Shot's actually gonna go through. And the lifesteal! Wow, Morphling. Riding on the, like, 1 foot in the grave, lifesteal winning. Aghanim Scepter's finished. So now, and there you go. GG is called by Aeon. Very well played. And there's the Ancient going down. So, I was Blightwind. This was Late Night. slightly asleep cast. I apologize for a little bit of a lower quality one, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you could please leave a like and a favorite, always helps out. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of this, and leave comments on how I can improve myself. It would be greatly appreciated. And I will catch all of you fine folks later on.